Saints beating the Jets 30-9 with the Saints situation. I mean, the NFC, I mean, they're 6-7. There's a whole gaggle of teams sitting in there. So, I mean, what about the Saints at this point?
They're in the mix. I mean, that 5-game losing streak was clearly bad, but you're managing through the Jameis Winston injury, Taysom Hill, and is he going to be your guy? He had the finger injury, he had the foot injury, but you've seen what he has been, and he's going to be this type of quarterback. Run the ball, don't make mistakes. If you get this type of performance most weeks, you'll take it. You get Alvin Kamara back, like we said, has been out since week 9. But Pete, they did this without Cam Jordan. We know that this defense has been missing a lot of parts. Marcus Davenport's been in and out of the lineup. If they could play defense and run the ball, they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but you can get into the playoffs, and we know Sean Payton. We know what this run game could be. They could scare some teams too.
Their season comes down to next week, basically. They play Tampa Bay at Tampa. If they somehow could win that game, then I think they're going to get in the postseason. Because look at the rest of the closing out schedule. Miami at home.
It's not easy, though.
Carolina at home, at Atlanta. There's a winnable games there.
Yeah, the Dolphins, though.
At home, you should win that game.
But you have to think with Kamara back, obviously, that helps Taysom Hill. I mean, you saw the performance today. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he also didn't give up any interceptions, which is something that, you're obviously very happy to see based on what we saw last week.
But they played a JV team today. I mean, last week they played one of the best teams in the league in the Cowboys. This week they played a defense that's just a shell of itself, an offense that's clearly a shell of itself.
Not very good.
And
not
so
a good team.
Next week is and this is the problem with Taysom Hill, if they're behind.
If they have to throw.
How do they manage the offense?
If they have
and that's
to.
the problem.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the Saints in the mix there. I mean, for the Jets eliminated, I don't know what you say about the Jets, but yeah, they're out of the playoffs yet again. We were talking about substitutes for Lamar Jackson, and Jamie and the guys will be talking about that, and of course everything else you need to know as the fantasy playoffs get going in earnest. My fantasy playoffs are already underway. I think some others are just beginning. Check out Fantasy Football Today, giving you all the latest stuff that you need to know about in terms of setting your lineups, DFS, wagering, all kinds of fun stuff when it comes to fantasy football. Check it out, Fantasy Football Today. Download and follow wherever you get your preferred podcast.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.